What's up guys? Ginter here, back at you again, and I know you've heard of the one-wheel GT, but have you heard of the GT G4? Yeah, this is not a one-wheel box. As you can see, it's way too big for this table, so yeah, let me explain. Okay, I bet you guys didn't expect this. I got an e-scooter, but before you click away, just hear me out. No, this video is not for myself, but more for friends, and perhaps yours. You know what friend I'm talking about.
Got it.
That one with 2 left feet, or that's just a bit too intimidated to learn a one wheel. So yeah, they're looking for something easier to hop on and join along on your rides with you. And what's easier to ride than a one wheel? Well, something with 2 wheels, of course. Oh, maybe I should unbox it first.
Nice.
Did that work? You probably still can't see it anyways because it's all out of focus. Let me get you in a little bit closer. All right, now before we get into it, this video is sponsored by Gotrax, the maker of this scooter beside me. I mean, you wouldn't turn down a free toy, would you? So with that said, I'm gonna try to do my best to be as unbiased as possible and give you my honest opinion of this scooter that I'm adding to my PEV collection. So this model is called the G4. I don't know why it says GT-G4 on the box. It just does, but yeah, let's break down the specs really quick. It has a top speed of 20 miles per hour and a range of up to 25 miles. The battery has a 4 to 5 hour charge time. The rear wheel houses the 350 watt hub motor for power. Speaking of wheels, the G4 uses 10-inch air-filled tires. There's both a front light and active rear light that blinks when you brake. Pretty nice. There's a single rear disc brake and kickstand to keep it upright. Up top, there is an easy-to-read digital display. It has a nice and easy folding design mechanism. And there is a built-in digital lock, as well as a physical lock right on the steering column. Cool, now that we got that out of the way, it's time to see how she rides. Okay, I'm going to have to be real honest here. Trying to film a riding video with a scooter with my 360 camera on a selfie stick was much harder than I thought it was gonna be. As a one-wheeler, just not used to holding handlebars. And good thing I put the lens guards on my X3 because you guessed it, I managed to bang this thing on something again, which means I had to go and buy more replacement lens guards. Dang it. Anyways, while we're talking about negative stuff, let's get the cons of this e-scooter out of the way. All right, con number one. To get the scooter going, you do have to kickstart it before engaging the throttle. It's not hard, it's just a minor annoyance that you gotta deal with, especially if you stop and go a lot. 2, the digital lock is another tiny hassle that you have to deal with every time you turn the scooter on. Then depending on what you set your code to, it could take anywhere from 6 to 15 plus button presses to get the thing going. Now, thankfully, you can disable that if you don't want to use it. 3, while it can get up to the advertised speed of 20 miles per hour, it can't sustain it if you're going up inclines. I noticed the scooter slow down to about 15 miles per hour when going up just a moderate hill. 4, it's likely you won't get the advertised distance unless you ride pretty chill. There are 2 speed levels on the scooter, Gear 1, which tops out at around 15.5 miles per hour, and Gear 2, which will get you up to the 20 miles per hour. And yeah, if you're always gunning at a top speed, you're just gonna burn down that battery pretty quick. And lastly, 5, it charges really slow. It comes with a 42 volt, 2 amp charger that takes roughly 6 hours to charge it from dead to full. So if you're buying this thing for play, don't expect to have fun with it all day. Okay, now let's get to some of the things that I do like about the Gotrax G4 scooter. Pro number 1, the larger than average 10-inch wheels. They're great for absorbing bumpy streets and even a little bit of dirt cruising. Trust me when I say that the bigger, the better. I used to ride electric skateboards and I hit a lot of rocks that had me flying off that board, so bigger tires are better. 2, the built-in security is a nice touch. Like I mentioned, it has a software lock which requires a pin every time you turn it on, but it also has a physical cable lock built right into that stem. It's not the most secure thing in the world, but it's still great when you just need to pop into a store or a coffee shop real quick and you don't need to carry a lock with you. 3, it has cruise control. You just hold the throttle down for 8 seconds and it will just stay at that speed, which is quite nice if you have longer rides and gives your thumb a rest. 4, the folding mechanism is really easy to use and makes it convenient for throwing it in the back of your car and your trunk or whatever. And speaking of picking it up, the weight of the scooter is not unbearable at just 37 pounds, which is about the same weight as my GT, I think. And 5 is the price, especially if you can snag it on sale. From what I can tell from comparison shopping, the performance plus additional features that this scooter offers is actually really good value for the money. Honestly, the overall build is nice. The folding mechanism, kickstand, thumb throttle, handlebar grips, foot pad. I mean, nothing feels cheap. Well, except for that little rubber flap that covers the charging port. That's kind of annoying. But yeah, while I can't speak for the longevity since it's still new to me, I did do some research for you, and yes, there are some reviews out there that mention problems with the folding hinge area developing some issues over time, and even possibility of the metal red locking clasp that can break if the scooter falls over in a specific way. Personally, I'm still gonna prefer riding one wheels. If anything, it's just because I like having my hands free to hold a camera and a coffee or a drink. But I think a few of my family and friends, Mikey, are going to really enjoy cruising on the Gotrax G4 e-scooter with me, and I think some of yours will as well. It's actually right around the specs of a One Wheel XR or a Pine X, but at a much cheaper price point. As usual, if you're interested in checking it out, I'll leave links in the video description below. Anyways, that's Ginter for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful or entertaining, do me a solid and hit the thumbs up button, and make sure to subscribe for more PEV content. Oh, and don't worry, I've got more One Wheel stuff coming, and it is getting cooler here in Phoenix, so we're gonna have some more group rides. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed, and catch you guys in the next video. All right.
Somebody said 180? Ooh, wait, is that a battery scooter?
Yes, Mikey, and yeah, you can ride it, especially if that means you're not gonna be taking my One Wheels anymore.
Heck yeah!